Hello, good people. This is Rick Newman. I wanted to mention this brush with greatness that I have. Everybody who knows me knows this is the truth, but wanted to get it on, just down for posterity's sake. What it is in 1972, my father was general manager of RFK Stadium and the DC Armory. And he had hired the Stones and Stevie Wonder, excuse me, to play a gig there in early July. I think it was the week after 4th of July. And of course, it was going to be a sellout. No question. The Stones and Stevie Wonder, come on. And dear old dad hired me to pick the Rolling Stones up, just the band, just the guys, up at the airport in my Bonneville Pontiac station wagon, and take them downtown to their hotel at the Sheraton Carlton on 16th Street. And I didn't refuse. Obviously, I was 20 years old, freshly back from Europe with a high school buddy of mine, and didn't really have much to do. So anyway, so I was able to have a police escort out on the runway and pick up the guys, all of them. And I was nervous, but I was also a little bit stoned, which is what we kind of did back in those days. Certainly I did, too much, certainly as well. But I kept my wits about me, didn't crash or anything, and got the guys safely into their hotel. They had booked the entire top floor of the Sheraton Carlton Hotel for the roadies and groupies and what have you. And so before the concert, which was like a day and a half, whatever, anyway, unbelievable decadence going on in the top floor of the Sheraton Carlton Hotel. And I had, of course, an access guest pass, so I had the free reign of the place. And trying not to be a nuisance, but also wanted to partake of some of the debauchery going on. I mean, half the women that were in that hotel on the top floor were topless. There were cascades of cocaine, unbelievable black Afghani hash, champagne, God knows what else. And I sampled some of it, but didn't want to, sacrifice my position as their road guy. But anyway, I had the good fortune of being seduced by the wife of one of the managers, who was at least 10, 15 years older than me. And anyway, the next day the concert took place, and I was able to be on stage because I had my Rolling Stones access guest pass on that got me anywhere regarding the band. And so I was in the background on stage. Must have been 50,000, 52,000 people there. Saw a lot of my buddies, my Bethesda buddies in the crowd, just frothing at the mouth. So jealous that I was up there on the stage with the band. And during a lull in the band, I was the guy that brought messages to Chip Monk, who was the MC from Woodstock fame. And I was able to do that a couple of times, and I thought I was like Mr. Wonderful. And anyway, it was just a remarkable experience. And afterwards, I don't remember that much afterwards. It was kind of just a rapid fire vacate of the premises. And I did not have the job of taking them back to the hotel. They went right to the airport. They had the roadies take care of all the minutia back at the hotel. So I never saw them again. Just for the record, they didn't give me much attention. They didn't, I was driving the car. They didn't really interact with me other than Charlie Watts. I told him I had been a drummer in a chicken shit rock and roll band a few years before. So he engaged me in small drummer talk, which I appreciated. But it was something I'll never forget. And easily the best thing my dad ever did for me. It put me in touch with arguably the greatest rock and roll band in the history of rock and roll bands, including the Beatles due to their longevity. And I believe that to this day. And any of this can be documented through the company in Philadelphia that's still there. And anyway, I wanted to have it on record before I get too old. See you later.